Hey everyone, I'm Jonathon Dornbush and I am here with Per Schneider.
Hey Jonathan.
Hey, how are you doing? And today we are going to unbox the SNES Classic Edition. So we just got in the office and we are all super excited to get our hands in it and finally play all these wonderful games that we've really loved for years.
The elusive Super NES Classic, so hopefully you can find one too.
Yes, if you didn't pre-order already, they've said there's going to be more coming, but let's just see what's inside the box. I'm super excited.
First of all, I just love the fact that when you put the original box next to the classic
the actual
Super NES and you hold them up, the box is smaller.
It's very portable. I love it. The box has a good heft to it too, even before you take it out. I like that. I kind of just don't want to even open this, so we're just going to end the video there. And I think carry the box as it is. I think that works. Yeah. So yeah, let's dive right in. On the back of the box, though, they do offer you a look at all of the games that are included. The list of 21 games, including Star Fox 2, which has never been released.
Yeah.
This will be our first chance to play it. So let's see what it looks like.
Yeah, and I can tell you while he unboxes it, so we've got, Contra 3 on it, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, A Link to the Past, my favorite game.
Yeah, it's
I love
so
it.
good.
Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, the unreleased Star Fox 2, we'll talk a little bit more about that, Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting, Castlevania 4, Ghouls and Ghosts, Mario Kart, Mario RPG, Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, and Yoshi's Island. So a huge lineup of really, really good games.
So I was about to lift this right out of the box and I realized that's the system. Would have just thrown that on the floor. That would have been great. Yeah, no one needs that. But yeah, so we have the system itself and the two controllers it comes with.
Yeah.
So let's start taking those out.
Oh man.
Ooh, and the cords. All right.
So tiny.
Ooh, man.
Oh my god. It's so
mini. It's adorable. I love it so much.
Look at the big brother next to it.
That is.
You'll notice a slight difference in color. That's because the plastic of a lot of the early Super NES and other consoles, like if you remember Dreamcast, NES, tend to turn yellow. Even if you're not smoking in the house, it's just a discolorization. So hopefully they fixed that for this one.
We can wait 26 years and see what happens to that.
For authenticity.
So we'll check back in 26 years and we'll see what happens.
So the design of this machine, of course, is different from the original Super Famicom, right?
Yes,
the Super Famicom, the system I owned when I lived in Japan, came out in 1990, and it has a very different look and design. You can actually import that one for a couple of different games.
It looks really cool.
You get Goemon, you get a different version of Street Fighter, Fire Emblem, and then there's the European edition, which looks like the Super Famicom. This design was designed by Lance Barr, an American designer, also redesigned the Famicom to the NES in the US. So much blockier, boxier, and everything is turned to purple, right? The buttons and everything. We'll see that next.
Yeah, let's dive right into the controllers themselves. All right, here we go. So it comes with two controllers because so many of the games are multiplayer. They want to make sure you can do that right in the box, which is awesome. And the cords themselves, that was a hotly debated thing before, just as the system was announced, what the actual length of these cords was going to be.
And let's see them.
So
you can't have Super Mario Kart on the machine without two controllers.
No, it'd be
obviously,
crazy.
So,
yeah,
it's a great battle
which is
game.
really smart. So here is, if you want to take that one part.
So we've got 5 feet.
Yeah.
So we've got 5 feet here. If you had the Super Famicom, originally it came with 3 feet cables, which were really short. Japanese homes, obviously, a little smaller in general, especially in Tokyo and metropolitan areas. But there was also 6-foot variant, and you guys got that in the US.
Yes, yeah.
So it's not quite the 6-foot edition, but it's better by 2 feet than the NES Classic.
Yes, which I think was one of the things we were bothered by the most with the NES Classic, was just how close you had to be to the thing to actually play it.
I mean, the Famicom is even worse. The Famicom Mini is even shorter, and you can't disconnect.
Yeah, it's funny, like we're complaining about it, but the controller lengths were shorter back then even than this, so it's not too bad. So these are the actual controllers, which, I mean, for what they were back in the day, this reminds me a lot of what they were. It feels great. The buttons are pretty bouncy, I'd say. Yeah, the D-pad.
It feels just like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels great.
It feels light now, but that's just because we're so used to the heft of modern controllers.
Yeah, with built-in batteries and all that stuff. Yeah, these feel light, but still durable. I just want to start playing.
I gotta say, I like the European design and the Japanese design better with the colored buttons.
The colors are great.
That was so iconic at the time. Was actually part of the Super Famicom logo too. But this feels good. The plastic is nice.
It's far more muted this way.
Got the same bumpy factor, and then of course, unlike the NES, this was a top loader, right? The games went in at the top. You can't put your cartridges into this one. It comes pre-installed with the games.
Probably won't work well.
And these little plugs here, of course, you have to open up to plug in the controllers. So it's not the same. So like if you see here, you have to take this whole front off. You gotta take your top off.
Please, parents, children are watching.
Yeah, and so you plug these in here, and these are of course the same plugs that you found with a Wii, and so you can use extension cords. Any of the ones from the more recent Nintendo machines will work.
And I know that some third parties are making wireless controllers for those who don't want to be tethered, so that's also on the way. But in addition to that, really all that's left in the box are the 2 cords that you'll need, the HDMI and a USB to micro USB cable. That's both in there. Power cord, which the USB.
That's right. Yeah. So some of the editions overseas don't actually have the power adapter with it. It's not a big deal because you can use any USB plug really. Yeah. You know, anything that fits your regular USB, and it goes to.
Which is the thing Nintendo is.
The little one.
They've done with their handhelds as well. They've left out sort of the main power adapter before.
I mean, in some markets they assume you have one of these for your Android or iPhone.
Absolutely.
So yes, you can use those, but it's nice to have a Nintendo branded plug, so I'm happy we got that in the US.
Yes, and then the only other bit of packaging left are the instructions, of course, and then this fold out. Let's see what we got here.
What you got?
Looks like now you're playing with power.
Oh yeah, so a rundown of the full lineup of the games, and of course, the big surprise for this release was Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
A game that was meant to come out at the end of the life cycle of the system, but then Nintendo decided, despite it being finished, decided to not release it because it was going up against, you know, early examples of 3D games on the other platforms and running at, you know, decidedly under 30 or 15 frames per second. Just didn't look as good. So they decided, hey, let's not bring this out. And pieces from Star Fox 2 actually made it into other Star Fox games.
Yes, yeah. And it's a pretty amazing piece of gaming history that this sort of modern thing they're adapting to, we're able to go back in time and see that now. I'm super excited to get that chance.
Definitely not the best game in the collection.
Sure.
Just, you know, with today's eyes, it is definitely great to play it for gaming history's sake. But I mean, you've got Super Mario World and Super Metroid and Link to the Past.
Some of the best games ever made.
And then third-party games like Castlevania 4 and Ghouls and Ghosts. So this is a really good package.
It's a great list, and you won't have to wait long to play it. We're not going to wait very long. We're probably going to play this pretty immediately. You will get your hands on it very soon, though. It comes to stores on September 29th for $79.99. If you haven't pre-ordered it already, Nintendo is promising there will be more supply throughout the rest of the year and into 2018. So hopefully you can get your hands on one at some point. But for all of your SNES Classic and Nintendo coverage, stay tuned to IGN.